Tom Taylor and Sian Tormey begin the Rising as President Henry Bendix enacts his new plan to deal with Superman, while the hero begins setting up a new secret identity for himself. Tom Taylor continues building out Jonathan Kent's first year as Superman as his villains combine forces to take the fight to the hero in an indirect and pretty smart way. I've thoroughly enjoyed how so far Jon's threats have been quite a bit smarter than the villains his father used to battle. They aren't fighting the hero directly, but rather striking at the things Jon holds dear to himself, like the people of the world, and as seen in this book, issues like climate change, which, while I do love that the issue is being brought up in the book and the hero is citing it and bringing it to the forefront, it does feel like so far he hasn't actually tackled it head on or hasn't actually broached the subject head on. It's always been part of another story. Like in this case, the giant monster he's fighting is rampaging because of climate change. It's basically being killed by the oceans getting warmer and there's less oxygen in the water for them to survive. Obviously, I know they can't just go dive straight into that story and they need to sort of work their way into it, and that seems to be what Tom Taylor is doing here, but hopefully in the next couple of issues that's something we actually tackle as the main part of the story. On top of that, Jon continues developing his relationship with Jay Nakamura, as well as the idea that he could maybe have a secret identity within the truth, something Jon dearly wants to happen. I'm very much looking forward to seeing how Bendix uses all of these events against Jon in order to try and beat the hero, and what the fallout will be from this issue with the world basically seeing Superman fail in a way. Sian Tormey continues his wonderful, detailed, action-packed artwork this issue, moving the book at a nice pace with some great monster and new character designs. Hi-Fi also doused the book in a rather great red-brown look, which complemented the bright blue backgrounds really well. Superman, Son of Kal-El issue 7 was another great issue in Jon's first year as Superman, broaching some hot subjects like climate change while the hero continues to tangle in the mind games of Henry Bendix. I'm going to give this issue an 8.5 out of 10. Superman, Son of Kal-El issue 7 finds the people of Metropolis watching the truth as much of the city is flooded, with Superman unable to save some people. Jay tells them that the deaths of the Gamora Corps aren't his fault, and it all started in the North Atlantic Ocean. Sometime before, a giant monster emerges from the ocean floor as Jay deals with the revelation his mother is still out there alive. Jon reassures him that they will find her and take down Henry Bendix. Jay knows that if anyone else in the world said that, it would be ridiculous, but Jon has this thing where when he speaks, people believe him, and he's hoping they can harness that here. Jay reveals that he has taken Jon to a boat anchored offshore, reminding him of the idea he had that Jon couldn't be Superman all the time. Jon wonders if this has to do with the masks he brought, and Jay reveals them, knowing never play surprise party with Jon since he can look through things. He gives a mask to Jon, thinking that it will answer his secret identity problem. Jon doesn't think wearing a mask out in public will help, but Jay says that he is actually talking about offering him a job. Donning the masks, Jon gets onto the boat where he is introduced to the truth. Jay tells them that they value anonymity, and some of them have powers while others don't, and some don't even care about powers, but they all value the truth and believe in holding those in power accountable. Jay is called Gossamer by the others, revealing to Jon that that's his codename as Chaos Kitten and Thylacine welcome Jon to the revolution. Jay tells Jon that he is offering anonymity alongside people who value truth as much as Jon does. He knows that he has another job, but he could fit in there and it could be good for him. Jon finds that all pretty appealing, especially with Jay there, but suddenly he rushes above deck, hoping the boat can move to Metropolis Port very quickly. In Gamora, Bendix is told of the monster moving towards Metropolis. He finds this the perfect timing, wanting the team prepared and the controllers assembled, since they are going live with their operation. Bendix makes a call to Luthor, telling him of the Leviathan moving towards the city. Lex is well aware of the creature, going to deal with it, but Henry tells him not to since he wants to use the situation for his debut and he needs Lex's teleporter for his post-human team. Lex gives him access to the teleporter as he heads down to the labs with Mercy, telling her to disable all communication devices and clear the lower floors. Lex arrives in the lab as Mercy asks if this is the beginning, and Lex confirms that the Rising is indeed starting. The Leviathan continues to move towards Metropolis as Superman arrives, saving a boy from the stampede eating people. The boy points out the monster, but John says that just because they don't understand it doesn't make it a monster, but just to be sure, he'll go and talk with it, taking off to confront the beast. Aquaman soon arrives, not knowing what the creature wants since fish can't understand him. He notices it's covered in pieces of seafloor, so it's been dormant for a very long time. John knows that it's not an immediate threat since it's just meandering in the ocean rather than attacking, so he plans on heading down to the ocean floor to see where it came from. Speeding down to the ocean floor, Superman finds where the creature slept, but that's not at all, finding that nothing in the area was alive and in the entire section of the ocean was deoxygenated and was a dead zone. Returning to the surface and meeting with Jackson, Superman finds the hero getting along well with the creature, discovering that it's just scared and confused. John isn't so surprised since on the seafloor he found it so deoxygenated that nothing could live down there. Jackson knows that means she was slowly suffocating, and that definitely would be enough to wake a sleeping Leviathan. Jackson can feel it getting worse since the sea is warming and they are losing oxygen, having himself seen but millions of miles of water with no life, making them oceanic deserts, and this creature isn't the only giant consequence coming for the coast. Superman is sorry, wanting to deal with the consequence in front of them before they start with a larger threat. Superman freezes the water around the Leviathan, with Aquaman using his powers to change the current ever so slightly and encourage the creature back into the ocean away from Metropolis. The plan begins to work, but then the creature is attacked by the arriving Gamora Corps, who tell Superman that they can handle this. One of the team again tries to blast the creature, but Superman gets in the way, causing him to be thrown into the water where Aquaman finds him unconscious. The Gamora Corps attack the monster with the intent to kill it, but it fights back, causing all of the team but the member Sparks to flee. Jay watches on while Bendix tells his people that this is what he needs, as Sparks is instantly killed by the Leviathan's massive claw. Superman bursts from the water, grabbing Sparks' falling bloodied body, as Jay reminds the people that none of this was Superman's fault, and he hopes the hero knows that, and that the truth is, even Superman can't save everyone, something he knows the hero will understand all too well by the end of the day.